Hey there, folks. Wanted to take you behind the scenes on another project that we did with an industrial client. My name is Matt Horvath with Pack Films, and on this shoot, we were doing still photography only, which is not our primary focus, as a video production company, but we mix it in for clients, especially when they hire us for film production. When photo goes along with that, it's all kind of in the same world, and we're definitely equipped to execute photo projects as well. For this shoot, we went in and needed to be mobile, going to different areas of this industrial manufacturing facility. And so we got the cart loaded up with all the lenses on top, makes for easy access. And then we carried around primarily two lights for most of the day. One was a 600X to either shoot direct or bounce off surfaces, and then a 2x2 aperture f22C. And so we just bounced around getting a bunch of different scenes with their people doing day-to-day work. A lot of this was lifestyle focused, people focused, and so it's meant to help attract people on the website or at print material for trade shows to the personality of the company and not just the technical products. This is very industrial manufacturing to sell to other industrial companies' use. So a lot of that can be very buttoned up and not that personable. So it's great to see that they were placing some value in showing their people and culture and environments, and that side of things was what we were really trying to highlight here. Didn't do a great job of getting a lot of BTS material here. So we see some pack up and load out. Love having a production cart that we can bring to set, roll in. It does help make the load up and pack out a lot easier and more straightforward. It's amazing how much more beneficial it is to have two pairs of hands on a project like this, so we can actually carry around a couple of lights around the facility. Find that it, especially on medium shots and close-ups, adds a lot more production quality to the final images than just kind of going with full natural light in all situations, as you're almost forced into when you're by yourself doing things as a one-man band, and time is the biggest limiter. Time usually doesn't allow you to haul a bunch of gear around for every single setup and every single shot. You have to keep moving. Yeah, and so we went through the shot list. Hardest part of the day was actually the exteriors, because it's what you can least control. In the morning, the sun was just blaring in from one side, and a tree was casting shadows on part of the logo. And so we still, it's good to cover your bases. So we shot exteriors morning, midday, and late in the day, knowing that hopefully they would improve over time. And so we shot morning. Midday was kind of the same story, just not optimal for the location of the building and trees and how things were interacting with each other. And then middle to late in the afternoon, we got a pocket where we had some cloud cover on the sun just for like a few minutes, and that diffused the light a lot and helped us get some really, I would say, nice for what we were dealing with exterior shots. But some of those trickier areas take more effort, going out there a couple different times for the same shot, just to hope that things improve. While in between, we were picking off all of the content that we had to capture inside. After a shoot like this, we send over a contact sheet with raw photos and have the client make some selects about what they would like for retouching. And booking projects like this, we booked this because we had previously done a product overview video um, I guess like a year or two prior, so a pretty good while. And they liked that a lot. And that had a few stills as well, but just of the same product. They realized they were using those repeatedly since that point in time over the past few years, and they wanted to kind of amp up the photography coverage. That's a story we hear a lot, is that visuals aren't that appreciated until you have them and see how useful they are. We hardly ever, I mean, maybe never, have heard like, I regret having some high quality visuals of my business, whether it's video or photography. It's it's like one of those things that you don't realize how handy and helpful and how much it actually does make a difference in the business until you have it. And then usually people are like, we should have done this before. And, I think that's like having a good product is something that people appreciate and do see the value in after the fact. And part of that is trying to do a good job with your work and performance. And part of it's just the nature of, elevating a brand image and just bothering to have uh, nice visuals that represent what you do at all. And so, um, I mean, as far as our outlook and continuing to work with mid-size, large-size business in the area is like, I want to see that the work we does has an impact on their ability to sell, because that's what keeps us in business and keeps us employed. So, wearing that marketing hat at basically every stage of the process is something that is very important to what I do and what we do. Um, but yeah, loaded all this up in the van for wrap out. I'm gonna make sure and do kind of a van uh, package overview at some point in time here on the channel. Essentially, we leave it as kind of an empty shell because we're rolling carts on and off. Most of the time, it's meant to be something where we can just show up, roll a few things off, and head on inside. So I think that's it for this piece. Definitely post any questions or other thoughts in the comments. I will use those to formulate topics for future videos. Thank you.